Hello guys, welcome to this channel, Gazman Advanced Technologies. With this channel, today I want to introduce to you to what we call computer training, and we are going to start with what we call hardware parts of a computer. So, first of all, in a computer there are so many parts that Hello guys, welcome to Gazman Advanced Technologies. We are located here in the heart of Uganda, that is Kampala. We are a tech company. We deal in computer servicing, we deal in computer training, we deal in computer sales, or selling computers and computer accessories. We all have them. We deal in so many things like music production and so many others. Today, I want to start with this information. The new century or the new system that is coming up, everyone, I mean it concerns everyone. Everyone must learn or will be supposed to be knowing what we call computer, how to use a computer. And it is a must that your people will be supposed to know computer. Because things where they are going, it is technology wise. Technology is taking up what we can call artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is going to replace what we call manpower, and people will stop working this hard work that we've been doing, and technology will be replacing. For example, the likes of robots. The likes of robots will replace people in delivery, in driving cars, in doing anything. If you have been to countries like America or other parts of other developed countries, you can see, even in China, in Russia, everywhere, you can see that technology is now eating up or taking up, replacing manpower. Uber has replaced drivers. Uber has introduced cars, electronic cars, and self-driving vehicles. Alibaba and Amazon, they have introduced what we call delivering robots. That you can order something and a robot will deliver the address you have given them, or you have indicated when you are buying or purchasing any item. So that is a brief introduction. Today, I want to start by taking you through step by step on how to use a computer. But before that, I want to start with the introduction. First of all, you have to know what is a computer. Number one, if someone asks you a question, that what is a computer? What do you have to say? A computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It manipulates information or data. Then it has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. You may already know that you can use a computer to type documents, send email, play games, browse the web. You can also use it to edit or create spreadsheets, presentations, and even videos. So that is a computer. You can do anything that you want, on a computer. The reason why artificial intelligence, or what we call AI, is replacing manpower, simply because AI is faster, more faster than human. And yet, it's a human who designed these artificial intelligence devices, like a computer, like your phone, your mobile phone. So, that is the definition of a computer. It manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. So that is a computer. That is a brief introduction of a computer. Number one, a computer can be your mobile phone. It can be your mobile phone, or a computer, it can be something like this one. So this is a computer, and a smartphone. Any smartphone is categorized as a computer. I may show you. Even what we call iPad. Even an iPad is in the category. It is in the category of a computer. So these devices, they manipulate information. They manipulate data. So that's an iPad. An iPad or a phone or a computer, you can do anything that you want with it. For example, if you have text, if you have a document, a smartphone, you can edit, you can type a document, like for example, writing an application letter, writing a resume, writing a CV, or any kind of document that you want. And then you email it. You email it on emails using either browsers or using applications. Applications are these the icons that you see. These are the ones we call applications. So these are the applications that you use to do anything that you want. You can communicate to your friends. You can do anything you want. So that is the new technology with the new devices that we have. Before, we didn't have these gadgets, but later on, as time went on, they came being produced. So now, this time around, I want to introduce to you to what we call a computer. And we are going to go step by step. I'm going to take you through what we call hardware parts of a computer. And something that I didn't tell you, even a camera, when you have a camera, it stores in data on a memory card, and then you retrieve it through the computer. That is also another gadget. Now, this is what we call a computer. It's a laptop. There are two types of a computer. That I can say there are two types of a computer, because we have laptop and desktop. So those are the categories of a computer actually. But types of a computer, we have so many. But categories, we have desktop and laptops. And then smartphones. So number one, this is your computer. When you open and remove the cover part, we have what we call hardware parts. So I'm going to start one by one, and then until we shall finish them. Now, having known that this is a laptop or a computer, it has what we call memory. This is what we call memory, or it is defined as the random access RAM. In short, the importance of RAM It is to speed up the computer, and then to do what we call to restore data or crashed data. Just in case, if your computer goes off abruptly when it is shut, when it goes off in an abnormal way without following the procedures of shutting it down, it will restore what we call the last used session, and that session will go here on the memory. That is why we call it the random access memory. That is the number one. Hardware number two, we have what we call the hard disk drive. This is the hard disk drive. Before we had different types of hard disk. We have IDE. We had IDE before. Then now we have what we call SATA ID, and then it came on with what we call SSD. SSD, it is solid state drive. Solid state drive. They are in different categories. There are those which are like memory, and there are those which are like hard disk. They are bigger than hard disk, and others they are like memory. So those are the solid state drives. The reason is IDE are used to store data before, and the data stored on the IDE drive was less than that stored on SATA or solid state. Now, when they came on improving, data supposed to be stored is now bigger compared to that was stored before. Because before, a hard drive was weighing like 3 GB and 10 GB maybe, with a file that is in KBs, kilobytes and bytes. But now, as we came improving, as technology came improving, we started having a single file like this in GB, gigabyte. In GB, like you can have a file which is more than 3 GB. So it needed the designer of these drives to improve on the capacity of storage. And then that's why you see now we have up to 10 you count from bytes, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, then terabyte. So we have even beyond terabytes now. A terabyte is 1000 GB. So they came on improving depending on the files that we are using. A file, you can have a file of GBs, and where are they stored? They are stored on a bigger storage, like now this one. So this is a hard drive, and this is a hard drive. So they are both hard drives and they are SATA. I don't have, unfortunately, the IDE drive is in that other laptops, the laptops, and the SATA drive is in another laptop. Now, why are they improving on the state of storage. It's because of how we are using this machine. Now, when you have a computer and it is overheating, overheat, the drive always overheat, because these drives that you see, inside them they are plates. They are round plates. But the storage, I mean the SSD drive, they don't have plates. They are like flash. They are like flash. So flash and SSD, they are having similarity in the way that SSD do not make noise. Even flash, they don't make noise. But SATA and IDE drives, they make noise. They make a crazy and lousy noise, which makes a computer up. So that's how they wanted to improve. So when they improved this, they found out that SSD drives, they don't make noise. They don't make computers better. Yes. So that is drive part number 2. Another hardware part, we have what we call, this is a heat sink. This one is called a heat sink. Now, a heat sink is always on top of what we call the processor. This is what we call the central processing unit. Okay, let me open it. I'll show you. So the central processing unit is what we call the CPU or the processor. The processor, it is the brain of the computer. Now, if you have ever seen films where they remove, where a robot, where they remove a processor from a robot, it will stop functioning, simply because they have removed the brain that operates. And thus, if at all you happen to remove a processor, so this is what we call a heat sink, this one. And then this is what we call a processor, the brain, or what we call the central processing unit, the CPU, this one here. So the CPU is the brain of the computer. Each part on the computer has a function. If you happen to have the CPU installed, but it doesn't have RAM, the computer will not work. If you happen to remove the CPU and you power on the machine, it will not even display, simply because the brain is removed. You understand? The operating system just helps to run the hardware, or what we call the Windows, helps to run the hardware to function. The hardware to function. It's like if you don't eat, Windows is like a food. We eat food so that we will get energy to do things. Likewise, a computer needs the operating system or Windows for hardwares to function. So I'm putting back this, and you have to make sure that you press it correctly, exactly how it was, because it has these pins, and if one pin is broken, That is the end of it. So you just have to get another processor. So you just press it very carefully, and then actually just press it there, but just put it there and it will insert itself, and then you lock like this. Yeah. So it is now locked. Now this is what we call the heat sink. This one, the heat sink is made of copper and aluminium here. So this heat sink is used to cool the processor. When the processor heats up, or when for example you're doing heavy work on the computer, and then the processor will start heating up. It's like when you're running, you run and run, or when you overthink, you run mad. So the moment you overthink, if they don't take you to rest, you run mad. Likewise, when the computer, when you overuse the computer, the processor heats up, and then when it heats up, this is the hardware that cools it. What we call this one paste. We call it paste. So paste helps through the cooling, and the paste on the cooler, the processor will start relaxing. Or it's like when you're fainting. If they don't provide enough space to get a good air, you might end up losing all the blood, collapsing. So likewise, this one, the heat sink helps to cool the processor. The heat sink gets fresh air through the fan. This is a fan, this one here. It is a fan. When the computer heats up, you will hear the sound of the fan, and the fan will blow out the warm or the hot air and send the cool air through the heat sink. So that's the importance of the cooler, which is the heat sink, and the fan. So after, I'll press it back very carefully, so without breaking anything. Then I'll lock it. I'll lock it like this. I'll lock it like this. So far we have looked at the heat sink, we have seen the fan, we have seen the processor, we have seen the hard drive, and we have seen the random access memories, that is the RAM. Now we are going to look at what we call the CMOS battery, which is this one here. This is a CMOS battery. It is inside here. It's like it is this one. This is the CMOS battery. What is the importance of a CMOS battery? The importance of a CMOS battery is it helps to update the date and time on your computer. Because in most cases, when you're doing any kind of work or browsing something on the internet, and you don't have your time and date is not correct, the browser will not browse, or it will not access, or it will not take you to the information that you want to see, unless you update the date and time. That is the importance of the CMOS battery. Now we have other parts. We call them the P side. We have one for network, wireless. This one here, this is the P side for wireless internet, and then one for display. We have one for wireless, two for display, and also Bluetooth. All they are here. You understand? So this is a wireless card, and this is let me read you what is here. This is made okay, MAC address. Now Broadcom, and you see here there is what we call this port here. This is the network port. A network port, you insert here a network cable. So it is the one for this, and this one is a one wireless local area network. This one, and this is for LAN. So when you there is a one that carries all of them, like Bluetooth, LAN, and wireless. They are all combined in one position, one place here, right here. Then another thing, another hardware that I want us to look at is the hardware called the ROM. Let me see if I can pull out this one. Okay, so ROM is this one here. This is the ROM. ROM, we call it read-only memory, where you insert the CD that has movies or any kind of data. So you insert it here. That is the read-only memory. So it reads the memory on compact disc or digital versatile drive, that is DVD, or other Blu-ray DVDs. Then lastly but not the least, we have what we call the motherboard. So this is the motherboard. This is the motherboard. A motherboard is what we call the center of all connection. All hardware parts are connected. All hardware parts are connected to what we call a motherboard. That's why they are all connected. Even when you're plugging in what we call USBs, when you're plugging in anything on a computer, connecting anything on a computer, it is connected on what we call the motherboard. The motherboard. That's where you connect everything. That's where you see this microphone, headphone. This is the cable connector for cameras. I can see this one is charging. That's where you charge from. And then we have others here. We have VGA. We have this one. This is the display port. Then we have USBs. We have this is the this one is for TVs. You connect to TV. So those are the hardware. Then lastly, we have the battery. This is the battery for the laptop. A desktop does not have a battery, but a laptop has got a battery. A laptop. There are those that are inbuilt and those that are not inbuilt. So those are the hardware parts of a computer. So we are going to go step by step until we go to learn the computer. So thank you for watching this video, and then we shall get back in another part where we shall learn. Okay, I didn't show you sorry, I didn't show you the another hardware. Which hardware is this one? We have the pad, this one, and then the keyboard. So these are the hardware parts also. Then the screen. A screen is also another hardware part of the computer. So those mainly are the hardware. One, we have the monitor, which is a hardware. Two, we have a keyboard. Three, we have a pad, or we have a mouse. This is a mouse for moving around. Then one, we have a monitor. Two, we have a keyboard. Three, we have pad or mouse. Four, we have random access memory. Five, we have read-only memory. Six, we have the processor or the central processing unit. Seven, we have the cooler, or what we call the CPU. The cooler. Okay, the cooler or the heat sink. Then 8, we have the fan. 9, we have the cards, wireless and LAN cards, or what we call network cards. Then we have the motherboard, we have the CMOS battery, we have the hard disk drive, etc, and the battery. So those are the hardware parts of the computer. So in the next part, I'm going to explain about the keyboard. I'll take you through about the keyboard and learn the keyboard, how to use the keyboard. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe, share to your friends, and even if you have any question, kindly comment it in the comment box there down, and then I'll be answering you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.